Hey everyone, how's it going? What is up? It is me, Windstalker, and I finished this Batman Origins, and I have to say that this actually was a really good game, and I enjoyed playing it a lot. I mean, it was cool that they worked it out a good way to introduce the Joker and make him a very interesting character, even though you spend a good portion of the game not knowing who the Joker is, but then the reveal is, I mean, the real reveal is pretty good if you couldn't figure it out before it. And I always had a gut feeling of who the Joker, is in the game. So, and I never made it far enough the first time playing through before I started over to actually get that far. But I still had a kind of a feeling of who the Joker is. And it's quite interesting when you get to a certain part of the game and you're like, huh? And if that doesn't actually explain it to you, which I know some friends that have just finally got there and still can't figure out who the Joker is. I mean, he hasn't made his reveal yet in their games, but they're still like, who is he? Who is he? So that's kind of interesting. So yeah, I've beaten that. That was wonderful. It was kind of interesting that my friends had such a hard time with Killer Croc, which when I first played the game, my brain, I guess, wasn't engaged in it and couldn't figure it out myself. And then I was only, if you read the directions on the screen, you kind of figure out the dodging and all that other stuff you need to know to do it. And the second time through was pretty easy. Deathstroke, I will admit, did give me quite a challenge because of all the counters you have to do, and then the camera being on the left side, I couldn't figure out how to defend his left side properly because I couldn't time it. And timing is everything in that battle. Of course, I did kind of cheat and use the back claw to disrupt his attack pattern and kind of got a better advantage over that. And then Firefly is, of course, my favorite boss fight. Copperhead, I think is her name. I didn't like that. That just seemed like a normal street battle type-ish thing where you fought a bunch of different fake versions of her, and to do damage you had to find the real version of her, and I didn't care for that. The Bane fight, I have to admit, was pretty challenging for me, even though I ended up getting it, and the second and third times wasn't as bad as the initial time for some strange reason. Maybe it's because I got the feel for it, and it was a lot easier the second time. So yeah, the Bane fight, and I have to say, I'm really impressed with how much punishment the Joker can actually take in the game. I mean, at the end of the game, he really takes some brutal beating. I mean, I'm quite impressed. I mean, since I played Arkham Asylum, my brain just went blank. I knew he could take a hit, but that was because he mutated. Oh, well, I'm ruining that. But anyway, he mutated into Titan Joker, and Batman ends up punching him in the face with the bomb spray stuff on his glove and knocks his teeth out. So that was kind of interesting. And of course, right now I'm working on these two, Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm actually doing, wrong one, that one, because my PlayStation 3 is still broken, so I can't play this one. And the reason I picked this one up is because you can play as the Joker. This one doesn't have it. It has the 3D stuff on it and some extra challenge maps like this one does, but it the 360 version wasn't as interesting as this because the extra characters you could play as and everything. So I was kind of disappointed that this never released that DLC. So yeah, I'm kind of sad about that. And I'm probably about 75% of the way through Arkham Asylum this go. Because once again, I started over. I've beat it like, this will be the third time on 360, and I beat it twice on PlayStation. So yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites, and you can definitely tell a difference between this, because in the original Batman Origins, Batman's only been Batman for like 2 or 3 years, and then Asylum happens like I want to say 5 years later. So Batman's a lot more seasoned, and it's really awesome. And of course, his armor goes through a lot of changes, because in Origins, his armor is really bulky, and then in Asylum, it gets less bulky looking, I guess is the way I want to put it. But of course, I do like in the original one how you can see all the scratches and everything on his stuff from taking damage and everything. That's kind of neat. And then, of course, after I get done with Asylum, it's off to Arkham City, which, ironically enough, this was the first copy I got, and it was just because it sounded cool that you had armor that could absorb damage done by enemies, and then you can increase your damage. But I don't really think it'll help you that much, and they redesigned the weapons to utilize the power of the Wii U. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Oops, wrong side. I haven't tried it on this yet. But since the controller is so bulky on the Wii U, I went ahead and got the 360 version of this, and both of them contains the same DLC content: Harley Quinn's Revenge, Catwoman pack, Robin bundle pack, Nightwing bunghole. I almost said bunghole. Really? Bundle pack, Arkham City skins, and challenge maps. So since these are virtually the same, which I wish they had actually done for these two, if they had done that, then I would have just easily have gotten the 360, but I thought it was cool to get the PlayStation version just because you could play as the Joker, who is one of my favorite supervillains. So yeah, I have 2 copies of the games. I'm thinking about getting another copy of Origins, just because my copy of Origins just kept, like, when I defeated Deathstroke, it didn't want to load the cutscene afterwards, and it was just kind of like, you know, and then I had to restart it, and then end up redoing the Deathstroke battle again. And then I went into a fight, and it didn't want to load the fight. I mean, everybody went into fight mode where their fist was up, you know, and ready to do some, you know, but you couldn't throw punches. They wouldn't throw punches, and it's like, what in the world? What am I supposed to do? I kept hitting buttons, and the buttons wouldn't do anything. And there was 2 other times that it did that. I don't know if it was a glitch. I mean, I resetted the game, and, you know, you would think that it wouldn't do it, but what I think I might do before I make a definite decision, because all those games are $20 at Walmart, so it's not like it's a really big deal. Well, I don't know about the Wii U version of Batman Arkham City. Haven't seen that in their $20 bin yet, but I know Origins is in the $20 section. I want to play through Origins one more time just to see if it happens again, and if it happens again, I'll probably rebuy a copy. I mean, I can't sit around playing a game that you're trying to beat it and, you know, maybe do a speed run through it, because I think I can actually beat it faster than 4 days, because that's how long it took, and that's just because I had limited time. I think if I could sit down one Saturday and play from 8 to midnight, I could actually beat it in like a day or 2. Arkham Asylum is taking a lot longer. I've beat it in a day before, but again, with limited time, it's already been like 3 days, I think. And I'm finishing up, and I think the next time I play, I'll be able to actually beat it, which is going to be awesome. And then it's going to be off to Arkham City, which is the only one I haven't actually played. Well, I have played it like I did Arkham Origins, and probably got in just about as far. And just, I don't know, it was just weird. You were holding this big massive controller from the Wii U. If you have a Wii U, you know what I'm talking about. And I don't know, it just feels weird to try to do like the glide kick and stuff with this ginormous controller, and you have the map in the middle, and I don't know, it's just, maybe it's just me. Because what I'm thinking about doing is beating Arkham City on the 360, and then going back and trying it on this again. Just because. I mean, I would like to beat it on the Wii, like I beat the Batman on PlayStation 3. I want to give every system a fair shake. Though I think after I actually beat Arkham City, even though there's still Arkham Knight, I think I'm going to take a little bit of break from the Batman series and either get NBA 2K15 or the golf game. I forget the name of it, but it's the guy that replaced Tiger Woods on golf, because of, I guess, some stuff that Tiger Woods has done. So I'm thinking about actually getting into some playing some more golf, because I've always liked the PGA, Hot Shot Golf, Outlaw Golf was pretty cool. I like the Mario Golf. But I'm thinking about going and either getting the 2K15 and maybe I lost my train of thought. The golf, the 2K15, or I'd like to wait to I think it's the end of August. Is when the new Madden's coming out. So I'm thinking about getting Madden at the end of August. I'm not quite sure yet. I might end up going back to Batman by then, but I think I am going to take a little break from Batman. I mean, I had this copy and haven't beat it, and the only reason I decided to go, I was going to stop after Arkham Asylum and not get a 360 version of Arkham City. But then I was like, I might as well go through it since, I own it, and, just go ahead and get it knocked out the box. And then Arkham Knight can wait. Unless there's some other game that catches my attention between here and then, there's the choices I have. It's the golf game, NBA, I know I almost always screw this up. NBA YK15, 2K15. Yeah, NBA 2K15. I can never say that right for some reason. Yeah, because Madden comes out at the end of August, and I'm interested in that. Hopefully, it's actually built for the 360. Built for the one this time, and not just kind of like a port with souped up graphics and everything. Hopefully it, has some real mustard behind it. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing, because I don't know, I thought I could handle all the Batman games, but I'm kind of getting burned out on them. I mean, even though they're different stories and different cities and all that stuff, and they basically happen in the same city, but different parts of the city. Like, Origins is all over Gotham. Asylum happens in the Asylum. Of course, obviously, Arkham City happens into this, I guess it's like an extension of the city. Like, I don't know how to explain from the idea I get of Arkham City. It's like, is it like Escape from LA or Escape from New York, where an earthquake happened and part of New York went into the water, or LA broke off from the rest of the US and floated out and they turned it into an island? Is it like that? Or is it just that Hugo Strange, it's like, okay, we have this bad section of town, let's fence it off and make it into a like Blackgate and the Asylum was, and just see, I don't know, maybe I'm just reading too much into it, or maybe I've watched Escape from LA and New York too much. So yeah, I think after I finish Arkham City, that's going to be that for a while, and then I'm going to go on to something else. It may not even be golf or basketball. Only reason I'm considering the basketball is because a friend of mine wants to play me in basketball, because he's like, oh, I'm going to whoop your butt. And of course he will whoop my butt. I'm fully aware he's going to whoop my butt, because I haven't played a basketball game since I tried to play that basketball game on GameCube, and I think it was NBA Live or something like that. I forget the name of the basketball game, but it was really crappy and I couldn't figure out how to do anything, and I was just pressing buttons, and no matter how far away from the goal was, I couldn't make the shot. And I've tried in every location and couldn't make a shot, and the other team kept besting me. And the only other game I really liked before that was NBA Jam. So if I do go to 2K15, this should be interesting, because he tells me you flip the right analog stick to shoot, or press and hold X button, I think it is. So yeah, this could be an interesting experience, since I don't normally play basketball games. I do football, golf, hockey. I haven't really played a tennis game since the tennis game on Wii, or I don't know if Nintendo has released a Mario Tennis since then. I don't think they have. Anyway, I think the last time I played tennis was Wii Tennis. Was that what it was called? Because it was part of Wii Sports, I think. Anyway, I don't know. I think that was the last time I played tennis. Soccer was Mario Super Striker Soccer, or Super, whatever the Mario golf, not golf, but soccer game was. I mean, I used to play soccer games all the time. I haven't tried FIFA. I used to be a soccer fan, and now I just every time. Yeah, I used to like soccer. Weird, isn't it? See, I haven't played a fishing game in quite a while. Maybe I should check into one of those, see who has a fishing game. Those are kind of relaxing and peaceful. Let's see, I wish they would remake California games. That was kind of an interesting experiment on the NES and Commodore 64. Of course, I had the N64. Get the consoles right. I had California games for the NES. And yes, it was probably more watered down and worse looking than what Commodore 64 looked like. Of course, considering that I downloaded California games on the Wii, thinking that it was, the NES version. It was the Commodore 64, and I can't get that game to work. Seriously, it is broken. So yeah, there's that. I like sports games. I haven't played hockey since, well, I'm going to embarrass myself. I think hockey. I was at Comet Pappas with the last time I bought a hockey game. So the last one I probably had was 2010, maybe? I don't know. So yeah, it's been a while. So yeah, I'm gonna break off from Arkham Asylum and play some other games. If you have any good suggestions for really good games, leave them down below. I'd be interested in reading them to see what you guys got, because I need a break. Batman Arkham is a great series. It's just same stuff over and over and over again, and I'm kind of getting burned out. I don't know what made me think that I could just play through all of them straight without a break. And I have took a break between for a while now, so yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. So yeah, please leave some games down below. Out of the games I list, I guess give me some suggestions, because I'd be interested in hearing them. Yeah. Maybe I should just go back to Tetris. Yeah, I like Tetris. The last Tetris I tried to play, of course, was the Wii version. And that's such a weird version. I should really just stick to the old school classic one instead of the 3D stuff. Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, if you have any suggestions about the game, of course, I've also been told I should get Grand Theft Auto 5 remade for the one, because of first-person shooter. Yeah. No, I really don't want to rebuy that game. That game was great the first time I played through it on 360. Not really interested in getting it again. Even with first-person shooter, that makes it more like a first-person shooter game. I just can't see myself dropping $60 just for a reamped version. That just, I mean, I did this, but that was only $20. Maybe when it's $20, I'll do it. But anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave comments down below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys